Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. And if you enjoy this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. So today I'm going to share with you how I made some DIY spring decor, one an Easter wreath, and then the second one will be this DIY solar a chandelier. So hopefully you'll enjoy this tutorial. So the first one we're going to be making is a solar chandelier, and what I did is I grabbed one of the rings from the wreaths, and then I also got a roll of the non-slip for the rugs. So what I did for that is I just kind of cut it to size that's going to fit the ring, whichever wreath ring you decide to use. These usually come in a package of 4, and then I'm going to use some zip ties and kind of fold in the sides. And then before I added the other 2 zip ties, what I did was I just added some glue around the ring and then wrapped that mat around my ring. And then once it's all dry, just go ahead and get some scissors and cut any of that extra fabric away. And then go ahead and add your third zip tie. And you're going to do this to the other side the same way. And there you have it. Then you're going to get 2 of these fencings, and you're going to go ahead and just cut the stakes of the garden fence. And I just scored them and then just kind of flipped them over, and they are really easy to remove them. When I was making this solar chandelier, I thought of so many different ideas and so many different ways I could use this, not just for outside, of course, for the obvious, as a solar chandelier for outdoor picnics or what have you, but this would be so beautiful, decorated with different greenery and flowers for a wedding centerpiece. You know, it's just so many different ways you can use this. Let me know in the comments how you'll be using yours, indoors, outdoors, for a centerpiece, or any ideas that you may have of how you can use this. So once you do grab your wreath, and then you're just going to get your fencing and wrap it around and add zip ties in order to attach it to your wreath. So once you're done with your first garden fence, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your second one, and you're just going to attach it with the hooks that it comes with. So just go ahead and attach it, and then you're just going to continue doing the same thing by adding the zip ties all around. I did make sure to add some zip ties right where the hook is at, so it won't, so it can be nice and smooth all around. So once you're done attaching your fencing to your wreath, what you're going to do is just kind of remove and cut off all of that extra zip tie. And then you're just going to be able to add your chain. Now, I just added some garden chains, and these come, you can purchase these at Dollar Tree as well, and you just hook them onto your fencing or your chandelier part. And as you can see, I actually hooked on my chain the wrong way when I was spray painting it, because it's supposed to be the other way, and you'll see once I'm done. But all I did was, once I was done spray painting it and letting it dry, I just removed the chain and put it on the other way. I don't know, for some reason, I just didn't realize that I was doing it that way. But just go ahead and spray paint it any color you like once you're done adding the chain to your chandelier. And this spray paint that I used was from Rust-Oleum spray paint, and was this chalk paint. And so just go ahead and give it a really good coat, let it dry, and then give it a second one, just because you have to spray paint the interior of this chandelier as well, since you're going to be able to see it. And this is the way it looks once it's all done, and once I added the chain the correct way. Then, to make it really simple, all I did was grab one of these Greenery Garlands from Dollar Tree, of course, and just wrap it around. But you can, like I said, you can add flowers to this. I know the boho style is really popular right now, so you could add some baby's breath for a wedding, just all kinds of different styles that you can do this for. So just go ahead, and all I did for my garland was just wrap it around, and since it has wiring, it easily stayed in place. That way, if I decide later on to add or remove this garland, I can easily do it without worrying about it having to have glue on it. So once you wrap it around, just twist it and do it the same way you did at the beginning, and there you have it. So what I did to make it solar was I just cut out a little X at the center for my solar lights. And I just added 2 solar lights to my chandelier, but you can add 3 or more if you want. It's just completely up to you how bright you want it. So I just kind of figured out where I wanted to place them, which was basically right in the center. And then I just cut out a little square and just kind of pushed in my chandelier. Or I'm sorry, my solar light. So just cut out a little square wherever you want it, and then go ahead and push that in, and there you have it. So for our next DIY, I wanted to share with you how I made this adorable farmhouse egg wreath. And all I did was grab one of the wreaths of the mini ones, which come 2 in a package, and then a garland of these mini Easter eggs and some moss. And what I did was just kind of pull apart the moss and put it into one of the wreaths. And I did make sure that the wreath has like a curved side, and I put that curved side upwards in order for me to add the moss into it. So just kind of play with the moss and add it. You can even add green moss if you'd like to. So just go ahead and add it into your wreath and just work with it until you like the way it looks. And then all I did was just remove these eggs from the garland and just play with them and decide what you want to add or what color, or do you want it all different colors. I decided to go ahead and just use the pink and pale pink ones of these Easter eggs. And just kind of played with them and tried to make a pattern onto my wreath. And I kind of had a hard time with them rolling around. So what I decided to do before I added that second wreath on there, so I wouldn't have that much of a hard time, is I just added a little bit of glue onto the eggs and attached them to my moss. And that just helped me, so that way it wouldn't they wouldn't come out while I was trying to add the second wreath onto my wreath. So just go ahead and add a little bit of glue onto each one of the eggs. And then you're going to grab your second wreath with the curved side down, and you're going to flip it over in order to attach it to the top of your eggs. Now you can spray paint these wreaths, but I just kept it as is. I thought the green looked really cute with the Easter eggs, so I just left mine as is. But of course you can spray paint them. Then to attach them two together, what I did was just grab some zip ties and added 3 zip ties to my wreath. 1 at the top and then 2 on either side. and just cut off any of that extra zip tie. And there you have an adorable wreath. So what I did in case I wanted to hang it later on, because for mine, I'm going to put it on, lay it kind of flat on my china cabinet. So I'm not going to hang mine, but I did decide to add some jute twine just to add a hook to the back of my wreath for maybe later on down the line or next year if I decide to use it as a wreath and hang it somewhere. So there you go, just go ahead and add that, and then you can decorate it any way you want. If you want to keep it as simple as you want and just leave it as is. I had one of these bunny little sticks like for vases, and all I did was just kind of remove the stick from the bunny, and then I grabbed some ribbon, and this is wire ribbon, and just made a simple bow. And I just fluffed it up, and then I'm just going to attach the bow to my wreath. Now I can see this wreath being used all year round, maybe without the bunny of course, but you can also use white eggs in here and leave it like this, and it would be so adorable as a farmhouse decoration piece or rustic decoration piece also. But what I did was I added that bunny to make it more for Easter, and just kind of worked with the tails of my bow, and there you have it, an adorable Easter wreath. So I hope you enjoyed these two tutorials. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and let friends and family know about my channel. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.